Have you ever worked so hard for the people you love, only to realize they needed something completely different? Have you ever believed you were doing the right thing, while slowly losing what mattered most? Welcome to VaultWave, where every story carries a lesson that can change the way you think, live, and grow. There was a father named Daniel Carter. Daniel lived in a quiet town with his wife, Emma, and their son, Noah. Their house wasn't large. Their car wasn't new. But Daniel had a dream. He wanted his family to have a better life than he did. Every morning before sunrise, Daniel left for work. Every night, he came home after dark. While most families were finishing dinner, Daniel was still at the office. While children played with their parents, Daniel was answering emails. Whenever Emma asked him to slow down, he smiled. "Just a few more years," he would say. "Then everything will be easier." Emma wanted to believe him, so she did. At first, one Saturday morning, Noah stood by the front door. He wore a baseball uniform. His glove looked brand new. His eyes were full of excitement. "Dad, are you coming?" Daniel looked up from his laptop. "I'll try." Noah smiled. That answer was enough, at least for a child. But Daniel never arrived. The game ended. Parents cheered from the stands. Noah searched every face. Daniel wasn't there. When Noah came home, he quietly placed his trophy on a shelf. Daniel noticed it later that night. "Great job, buddy." Noah nodded, then walked away. Years passed. The missed moments multiplied. Birthdays, school plays, family dinners, weekend trips. Daniel always had a reason. A meeting, a deadline, an opportunity, a promotion. Every excuse sounded responsible. Every excuse sounded temporary. But temporary slowly became normal. Emma began attending events alone. People stopped asking where Daniel was. They already knew. One evening, Emma sat across from him at dinner. The food had gone cold. "We hardly see you anymore." Daniel sighed. "I'm doing this for us." Emma looked down. "No, Daniel." Her voice was soft. "You're doing it around us." The word stayed with him, but not long enough. Work became busier. His income grew. The house became larger. The car became newer. The savings account grew stronger. Yet something inside the home felt smaller. Noah entered high school. He no longer waited by the window for his father. He no longer asked if Daniel was coming. He already knew the answer. One night, Daniel came home early. A rare surprise. The house was quiet. He found Noah in his room, headphones on. Homework spread across the desk. "Want to grab dinner together?" Noah looked surprised, then uncomfortable. "Sorry, Dad. I'm meeting friends." Daniel forced a smile. "No problem." But after Noah left, he sat alone in the kitchen. For the first time, he felt something strange. Not anger, not exhaustion. Distance. A distance he didn't know how to cross. Months later, Noah graduated from high school. Daniel promised he would attend. This time he meant it. But on the morning of graduation, an important client requested an emergency meeting. Just one meeting. Just one opportunity. Just one more sacrifice. Daniel convinced himself he could make both. He couldn't. Traffic delayed him. The ceremony ended. Families celebrated. Photographs were taken. Memories were made. Daniel arrived to empty chairs. He stood alone in the parking lot, holding flowers. The realization hit harder than any business failure. His phone buzzed. A message from Noah. "It's okay, Dad. I'm used to it." Daniel read the message again and again. The words felt heavier every time. "I'm used to it." Not anger, not disappointment. Acceptance. That hurt the most. If this story speaks to you, consider leaving a like so more people can discover it. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He walked through the house. Photographs covered the hallway. Emma and Noah at the beach. Emma and Noah at birthdays. Emma and Noah at school events. Picture after picture. Life had happened. Without him, he had paid for those moments. But he hadn't lived them. For the first time in years, Daniel cried. Not because of work, not because of stress, because of regret. The next morning, he sat at the kitchen table. Emma entered quietly. She noticed his red eyes. Neither spoke immediately. Finally, Daniel asked a question. Do you think Noah feels like he knows me? Emma hesitated. That hesitation answered everything. Weeks later, Noah left for college. The house felt emptier than ever. Daniel threw himself into work again. But now work felt different. The victories felt hollow. The promotions felt smaller. The money brought less satisfaction. One rainy afternoon, Daniel received a phone call. It was Noah. His voice sounded nervous. Dad. Daniel immediately sat up. What's wrong? Nothing terrible had happened. No emergency. No disaster. No crisis. Noah simply needed advice. A real conversation followed. For nearly an hour. When the call ended, Daniel stared at his phone. It had been the longest conversation they had ever shared. And it shouldn't have been. That realization changed him. Not overnight. Not magically. Slowly. Deliberately. He began leaving work earlier. He stopped accepting every extra project. He protected weekends. He called Noah regularly. Sometimes the conversations were awkward. Sometimes they were short. Sometimes they felt forced. But Daniel kept showing up. Again and again. Months became years. Trust returned gradually. Like a bridge being rebuilt one piece at a time. One summer afternoon, Noah came home from college. The two sat on the back porch. The sun was setting. The air was calm. For a while, neither spoke. Then Noah looked at him. You know? Daniel listened carefully. I used to think work was more important to you than I was. The words stung. But Daniel nodded. I know. Noah looked toward the horizon. I don't think that anymore. Daniel felt tears forming. Not because the pain disappeared. Because healing had finally begun. Years later, Noah got married. This time Daniel arrived early. Very early. He helped arrange chairs. He greeted guests. He stood proudly beside his son. During the reception, Noah raised a glass. The room became quiet. I want to thank my father. Daniel felt his chest tighten. Noah smiled. He taught me how important hard work is. A brief pause followed. But later, he taught me something even more valuable. The room listened. He taught me that showing up matters. Daniel lowered his head, overcome with emotion. Because Noah was right. The greatest gift he ever gave his family wasn't money. It wasn't the house. It wasn't the savings account. It wasn't the promotions. It was his presence. The thing they had wanted all along. Daniel spent the rest of his life protecting what he once neglected. Family dinners. Birthdays. Conversations. Ordinary moments. The moments he once considered small. The moments he eventually realized were everything. Because the people we love rarely remember how many hours we worked. They remember whether we were there. And sometimes the most important thing we can give someone isn't what we earn. It's our time. It's our attention. It's ourselves. Which part of this story stayed with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy stories about life, wisdom, relationships, success, money, and personal growth, subscribe to VaultWave. Subscribe here. Every wave brings something new.